all look the same and stifling our creativity. I'm hearing a lot about timelessness and the idea that we don't want to look back on our looks and feel embarrassed or cringe. But I actually think that dressing for the approval of others, including for the approval of our future selves, is actually not necessarily the goal. And I'm gonna explain why, and I'm really interested to hear in the comments whether you agree or disagree. The idea of timelessness. Now, first of all, I actually think that having timeless and classic pieces is great. A timeless piece is a piece that transcends any era. It's not tied to any specific moment. Theoretically, this would be a piece that you would hold on to and you could break it out at any time and it would make sense in any context and you wouldn't necessarily be able to tell when you got it. This look on Lee Radswell is so gorgeous and so timeless, meaning that you could wear this exact same look. You could wear these pieces tomorrow and I wouldn't be able to tell if you got them 30 years ago or if you got them yesterday. Where it gets a little tricky because, like I said, I love timeless pieces. I feel like we should all have some timeless pieces in our wardrobe. However, I feel like constantly striving for total timelessness and kind of not being offensive or not being tacky or not being cringe is preventing us from experimenting and exploring and engaging. Because fashion is a reflection of culture. So for example, Carolyn Bessette Kennedy is kind of that ultimate icon when we think of timeless style, but we also have to acknowledge that she existed in the 90s when minimalism and kind of this like very simple, quiet luxury idea was really huge. She was also a reflection of what was happening at that time and expressing kind of the trends and the culture and what was happening around her. The reason that I think we look up to it so much is because that's also what's happening now. There's a resurgence of this minimalism or this quiet luxury or this kind of sleek 90s look because it is, at the end of the day, still a trend cycle. I'm saying this is not to hate on her style at all. I absolutely love Carolyn Bessette Kennedy's style. Why I'm saying this is because I want to release you from the prison that is your own future judgment. There is another good example because recently I feel like everybody has been referencing some of her early 2000s style. Because of the trend cycle. That is because this boho look is coming back. So for example, 5 years ago, I don't think we were as obsessed with kind of the Sienna Miller boho style from the early 2000s, but now we are because of the trend cycle, because it is coming back. Looks in these pieces are not timeless at all. They're actually quite specific. They're very much tied to this boho chic era in the 2000s, which is kind of referencing the 70s. It's very, very much tied to this time period, which makes it nostalgic, which also makes it equally great. Because fashion's not really a test. You don't get a reward for being the most timeless or the most chic. The point of fashion is it is a tool to express